everybody. Welcome to the team call tonight. Apologize for the delay, but I'm really, really excited for this call tonight. This is something special that I have to share with you. So I'm really glad that you all were able to make it on live. So thank you to those of you who did make it live. I know that it's a tough time, and those of you who are watching the recording, you're really in for a treat too. So let me do a couple little announcement type things before I hand it over to our guest speaker and tell you exactly what we're talk about. But it's the last day of the month, and I know a lot of you still have Success Club goals. So props to all of you who are still hustling in the final hour. It makes a huge difference, those of you who don't give up in the final hour, because at the very least, you are planting seeds. You're planting so many seeds for people for next month, even if it doesn't pan out this month. But I hope for those of you who do find yourself struggling on the last day of the month, that perhaps you will take advice from our last guest speaker, Bonnie Engel, from our a couple weeks ago with a discussion about Success Club, and make that target Success Club by the 15th. Really getting that out of the way, not worrying about sales, makes such a difference in your ability to enjoy what you do and to actually find and grow your own leaders in your own team and just take care of your challenges and just be a better coach all around. So I hope that you are really making some goals to make that happen and take care of your Power Hour vital behaviors. But again, props to you guys who are still hustling. When this call ends, I mean, there's still a couple hours before the new month. So I encourage you to send out, maybe just consider incentives. I know that really works for me sometimes, that urgency. Hey, I'm offering a special incentive. Anybody who orders by midnight tonight, here's, I'm offering this. Jen McNeil had an awesome post if you want to head on over to her page and see her idea. She did a great job there. Also, real quick, if you have not had a chance to check out the live video I did yesterday, I really share a lot of my heart and something that's been just really eating at me for a while in terms of what I see in a lot of the people that I work with in my challenge groups and the coaches that I work with. It's just something that I feel like I really wanted to kind of give you a charge towards. I really kind of got a little passionate about it, but it was real, it was raw, it was really what I feel, and it seemed to really, a lot of people seem to be inspired by it. It kind of spoke to them in a way that helped them to identify some of their own challenges. So I hope that you'll find that. If not, you can't find it, let me know. I'll direct you to it. Lastly, if you know what, I'm going to have to share this link to the replay of Josh Coates' webinar. If you did not get a chance to register for it, you haven't heard about it. This was a really great training or webinar from Josh Coates. He is a push coach that I've had the honor of working with. Starting tomorrow, we're going to work one-on-one, but he does a lot of trainings, and he has a great training starting next week that I am strongly encouraging anybody who can make it happen. It's not for everyone. Certainly not for everybody, but if you're a working coach who really has some big goals, or just have any goals at all that you haven't been able to really make the action towards and you need some accountability, he's had a lot of success with this training that he's doing. He did it last month. And a lot of coaches on our team have already enrolled for it, and I'm really, really excited. So many coaches are just really ready to light a fire this year. And just being the best version of themselves. And so a lot of them are hopping on board that. And I would love to see many of our team engaged with that. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys hear from our speaker, get this show on the road. But I'm afraid I won't say your last name right, so you can correct me when you get on. So Sharlotte Bouniol. Bouniol. Okay, well, that was wrong. I'll let her say it. Sharlotte, I'm not sure when Sharlotte and I got connected, but Sharlotte, I originally reached out to her because I was looking for help with my graphics. That I preach delegation. I preach it hard. Once you have the resources to maybe invest in somebody helping you in different areas. Graphics was what I was looking for. And Sharlotte, I saw her work, and I was just like, so amazed by what she was doing. She was working with a lot of top coaches, and her work was so beautiful. And so I was really excited to work with her. And then just recently, she really helped me a little bit more with my branding. I'd already come in with my logo branded, So she didn't do that, but she does that for coaches too. She spends time with them to help them discover their brand, and creates logos for them. Jen McNeil just went through the process, has an amazing logo and package that is just, I mean, it's just so beautiful. And other coaches are working with her too. She also has something else that she's going to share with you that I really, really want her to share with you, that like a Facebook group that she helps entrepreneurs. So she'll share more about that with you. I really wanted her to speak to you because I really think she has a real gift to helping you see what is special about you and how to share that. We know so much of what we do is, there's a bazillion Beachbody coaches, but there's only one you. And the more you're able to identify what it is that makes you unique and special, and show that and effectively communicate that and what value you provide, the better you're going to be as a coach. The more people you're going to attract, the right people, the people who are going to respond to you best. Your tribe, like I've been able to find an amazing tribe like Team Phoenix. You guys, there's a reason, there's a thread of why we all kind of connect. It's because I have been so deliberate in how I attract people to me. And that kind of goes deep in my own coaches. So I'm going to let her say her last name, and I'll let her share a little bit more about her story, because I don't really know much more than that. But I just love her, and she is so passionate about what she does. She's such a hard worker. I mean, you can just tell she has such a passion and a love for what she does, and she just cares about her client. She cares about their goal. It's obvious. She's her customer service is really extraordinary, and I'm a huge fan. So let me let her talk and let her share what she does and knows best. And let me get this, hang on, let me figure out how to get this presentation turned over to you, because it always takes a second. Minimize me. Hi. Maximize you. There you go. Okay. You can go ahead.
All right. Okay. So am I going to be echoing this whole time?
I don't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I don't hear the echo.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
All right, so my name is Sharlotte Bouniol, and I am the founder behind GB Graphics. Previously, the name of my business was Girl Boss Graphics, and I had to change my name. I had all of my social media accounts shut down, like wiped out by Sophia Amoroso, the author of #GirlBoss. So that was fun, and I had already built up thousands of followers whenever this happened. So that was a opportunity that I could have said, okay, I give up. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to rebuild all of that. That's too much work. But I think that's just where my hard work and my purpose comes into play with all of this. So I have always been a pretty creative person, and this has led me to do a number of different things, but I've always been really crafty. And then I did sales with State Farm Insurance. I started doing State Farm Insurance at 18, and from 18 to like 23, I guess 23 or 24, I sold insurance for State Farm, and I worked for the #1 agent. I became the #1 salesperson for State Farm at the #1 agent's office in the US. And so it was like, well, I made it here. Now what? Like, I'm good at sales. I've learned customer service. I've learned how to talk with the public and not be a shy little kid, deal with people. And the whole time I was going to school at Abilene Christian University in Texas. I live in Texas. And so, yeah, I just believe that all of the experiences that I've had at my different jobs, I've taken something from them, and I've been able to create a 6-figure business. Every single job that I had before this, even after college, I was making $30,000 a year. And in 10 months, I make 6 figures after my parents tell me, no, you need the consistency of a paycheck. That's not consistent. You don't know who's going to hire you to make them a logo, blah, blah, blah. Well, I said, thank you, but I know this is going to work. And I looked them dead in the eye, and I told them that, like, this is going to work. I appreciate your input, and I respect my parents' opinion, obviously, but I got to go for this. It's now or never. Like, they both work in jobs that they're going to work in the rest of their life. So I went for it and it happened and it's blown up and it's been absolutely insane. Like seriously insane. I can't even fathom. I couldn't even imagine that it was going to get to this point. Like it's been wild. But so what I do with Girl Boss Graphics, well, I have a degree in marketing, and at my previous job, I was a chief marketing officer. So I did a lot of branding work, specifically like with target audiences and niches and logo design and stuff like that. So I took that experience of getting to seek out different target audiences and figure out how to put advertisements and how to put stuff out there that was going to attract the people we were looking to attract. And it was working because we took our firm and broke it up into 4 sections and branded it exactly for the little section of people we were looking to attract. Like special needs families were one of them. Veterinarians were another. Fitnants, which are fitness professionals, were another one. So we branded the firm like it was 4 different firms, and it would attract the people to us. So that just clicked in my head. Okay, well, if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to promote yourself online, we obviously all know that being a copycat isn't going to work for that, right? Like, you can go copy what Megan Eggleston's doing. You can go copy what Janelle Summers is doing. You can go copy Melissa McAllister, but that's not going to get you anywhere because they're at a different level than you. You need to stay in your lane, stay focused on what you're doing, and keep your blinders on. Keep your heads up display up. I instead of blinders, I like to imagine a heads up display. So a heads up display is like what the pilot sees whenever they're flying a plane, right? And they can see everything that they're wanting to, like what their altitude is, what, you know, where all of their stuff is at. You need to have your own heads up display of where are you at on all of the different things that you're working on in life. Where do you want to be? Like, what's your goal? Are you rising up to that? Are you doing the steps? Are you hitting those notches on your heads up display to get to that next level? My whole theme in 2017 is level up, next level, rise up. Because that's really what it takes, is just telling yourself, I can do this and nobody can get in my way, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I have this whole presentation, and I know I'm going off and rambling right now, and I hope this is good. If you'd rather me just do the presentation, Megan, I can, but I just feel like I'm on a roll. I don't know.
That's fine. No, I mean, I love what you're sharing. I love how you knew what you wanted to do, and you had heard from people that, I mean, your parents, people that you respect a ton. They were trying to give you the wise counsel, and you just said, thank you, but this is going to work. So I love hearing you say that, because I think we all kind of need to be reminded that it's okay to, you know, hear from others. What are you doing? Are you sure this is what you're going to do? But just to be reminded that, you know, it's okay to go for it.
Right. And like, I remember I was going to go to Platinum Edge, not last year, but the year before that. And I had $484 or something like that in my bank account. And I decided to buy the $400 VIP Platinum Edge ticket because I knew that would get me bumping elbows with the top coaches, right? I did it. I said, I trust in this. This is working. And I did it. And like, that's not something I would normally do. You always hear about people saying you have to risk it all. You have to be willing to lose everything to get there. Well, take that, but don't take it so harshly. Like, take it and consider it. And, you know, is that all the money you have, or does your husband have a bank account and can pay the bills and do groceries? You know, like, just think about it. Don't be dumb, but yeah, just like going for it, and just knowing, being so confident in what you're doing. Like, I'm not a confident person when I get on calls like this or live video, or like in my magic making group that I'll tell you about. I feel like I'm really awkward. I feel uncomfortable, but I don't know. Right now I'm just talking, so I feel like I'm rambling though. Maybe I should just do my presentation.
No, we definitely want to see. I think they would love to see the kind of stuff that you do. I mean, you guys have seen obviously with the work that she does
So I can share my screen. Tell me if it does that weird, like,
see.
Oh, look. Okay, so it popped up. Which screen window would you like to share? Webinar, live broadcast, screen one, or trash? Share my trash.
Trash, that's weird.
Yeah, I always popped up. That's why. Huh?
Try the first one and see what happens. It's only two options. You're good. So yeah, if you just open up your presentation from there, we'll be able to see it.
But do you see layers?
Yeah, but that's because it's just you have the webinar screen on the screen. You're good now.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is my presentation. And now I'm really not going to be able to see y'all, and I hate that. But and ignore all these different covers. Okay, sorry. And that's not even the one I sent you. I made a new one. Why is it so hard to make graphics for yourself? No, I mean, it just is. I get it now, I guess. All right, so branding. What is branding? Branding is the face of your company. Branding is the first thing people see about your business. Branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Branding is your promise. Branding is what represents you. So the definition of branding is obviously on the screen. The marketing practice of creating a name or a symbol or design, all of that being a logo, that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. So this is where copycats, it's like, just stop, because a purpose of a brand isn't to copy somebody else's, it's to create your own. How do I go forward? Okay. Why does it matter? An effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets. The fitness industry is an increasingly competitive market. But what exactly does it mean? It tells your customers what they can expect from your products and services. It differentiates you from offering what your competitors are offering. So we all sell Beachbody, right? But your brand is going to offer different coaches, different things. Like Megan's brand offers, just like this thread that she was talking about. She really cares about her coaches. And I feel like if I were to fit into a team, possibly I might fit into y'all's, maybe not. Y'all might be like, no, this girl's weird. Like, no. But I feel like the ADHD and just like, but hard worker, willing to go for it and just make it happen. I feel like we sort of have all of that in common. So that's Team Phoenix brand. You have to create a culture like that. That culture is so, so, so important. Your brand is your promise to your customer. Megan's brand of Team Phoenix is her promise to what she provides to her team and her coaches. It's who she is. It's why she matters. It's her purpose within this business. So a brand is highly important and shouldn't ever be copycatted. So if you're copycatting, stop. All right. Branding is who you are, who you want to be, and who others perceive you to be. So let's look at this first one, the who you are. So I'm going to run over this quickly. And this is something that I would help you with one-on-one.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her? Okay. Let me see if I lost her. All right, let me text message her and see what's up. Okay. It looks like she maybe accidentally clicked out. So I'm messaging her on Facebook to see this was her first time ever using this software. So she was unfamiliar. While she's maybe finding her way back, I'll share, a little bit more about what she does from my perspective. So, Charlotte currently has many clients on retainer. A lot of myself as one of them. And did Jen just sign up? I'm not sure, but I think Andrea may have, but not very many. Like she works for a lot of top coaches. I know she's worked with Janelle Summers, Melissa McAllister, like many more coaches, more successful than I am. She's, and she really creates stuff specifically for them. She gets to know what they're about. Something that she does for those people who are not quite, and obviously she can't help everybody like that. She has this group that she's going to tell you more about. It's called the Magic Making Mastermind Group. And, she's talking a lot about, she's sharing with you what your, about what your brand is. And for some of you who are like newer coaches and you're like, well, that sounds really complex and I can't afford to hire people to do graphics and I can't afford a logo right now. And I don't even know what my team page would be. I'm not even sure who I am right now. I didn't have any of that when I got started. Nobody does. Nobody knows really coming in all these things. And you shouldn't necessarily expect that. You should have this, awesome. Jen, you did? Awesome. So Jen did just sign up for the retainer. Great. Ariel's in there. We have a good handful of coaches in her mastermind group. It's $10 a month, I believe, but she provides a lot of training and resources and shows you how to create your own graphics and gives you stock photos and gives you, which costs money if you're purchasing them yourself, like stock photos cost money, and like fonts and stuff like that. Let me see if she's messaging me back. Hopefully she's coming back. What was I saying? Oh, so for those of you who might be like, this is, a little bit intimidated by this whole idea of branding, think about, just remember what she said. It's your promise. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. It tells them what to expect. So think about just how you're sharing on social media, how you present yourself. So whether you have glossy, flashy logos and images, which, like I said, I didn't have that stuff for so long. And I would create my own crazy graphics. Megan, she'll be providing that, assuming we can get her back on. I don't know what's going on. That's okay. Just think about that. You can brand yourself right now. You can brand yourself as a brand new coach. Just know what you want to stand for. Just know that when you're posting on social media, that it is for a purpose and it's for a certain person. It's for a certain type of person. It's for, it's not just, I'm just posting to sell Beachbody, because that's not what you're doing. You have a reason why this matters to you. You have a reason why this has impacted you. This has a reason. There's a reason why at your soul you belong here, and it's what you want to give back to the world, and that is really your brand. And it'll take some time to really develop that, I think, over time, and be able to like put words into it, I think, and to articulate it. Sometimes I'm not even sure that I know how to now. So I legitimately was on a call with her a week or so ago, talking to her, just telling her my story, and she started putting words to it that I had never put to it. But I had been presenting myself, but I didn't know how to actually define it in words. I had become intentional about my message, my purpose. Like, it's why you won't see me doing, like, you don't see that I post about getting a 6-pack that's, here, try these moves to get a toned tush, because I don't talk about that stuff. It's not my part of my brand to help people get the best bodies. You know what I mean? And so, I want you to consider, for those of you who are like, this is like, oh my gosh, this is too professional. I'm not an entrepreneur. This is scary. That is, don't think that. Your brand is your brand, whether you have amazing graphics or not. Just, start to think about, be intentional about how you're presenting yourself. I love some of the words she used. It's your promise. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. And she mentions not copycatting. So, what I try to be careful to do is follow certain coaches that I really admired and respected and could see myself aligned with. Like Janelle Summers was one of them. I did not see myself as one of those like glossy, glammy, super like airbrush lashes, decked out kind of like coaches who, living the high life kind of thing. But I love that Janelle she just had this like girl next door, shy, quiet, made you feel comfortable. So I was drawn to certain personalities, Mindy Wender. And so I would look to them for inspiration. So I didn't copy, but I definitely found myself, looking to them to see the kind of things that they just share that would make me feel a certain way. And that's how I slowly began to identify my brand. What's the retainer you're talking about, Ariel? So she has like a limited number of retainer clients, meaning I pay a certain amount each month. I promise her a certain amount each month, in which I use 15 hours, and I'm like a first priority rather than anybody who's just paying hourly for her rates, because she charges a certain like hourly rate for graphics and stuff. But if you're a retainer client, you pay a certain amount and you're promising it. So that just tells, you have that relationship, that express relationship of you are a priority because you have paid me upfront for a certain amount, and I'm giving you a little bit of a discount because of that. Does that make sense? And so that's, it's pricey, but she's worth it. Like is worth it. But because most coaches can't, make that happen, and because she should, as an entrepreneur, create residual income and not just paid per hour, like we as coaches get residual income when we build our businesses and teams. The smart entrepreneur finds a way to create residual income, and she does that. She's creating, and it helps people to access her stuff who aren't, in a position to purchase it, like, the retainer spots or the, hourly rates. But like she's doing an academy where you can, she's filming video training. That's an academy that's, at this point, it's evergreen, so people can purchase it and consume it to be trained. And this mastermind group, which is, group members pay $10 monthly to be a part of it, and she gets to provide training in there. She'll do videos, she'll drop in. I mean, it's just kind of, a little bit random, but, definitely the content is worth the $10 you're paying. So I love that she has those options for every level of entrepreneur, because, as new coaches or newer coaches, there's no reason you need to be investing the kind of, that kind of money into graphics. It's just silly. You should be making your own graphics like everybody else, and you do totally fine with it. It works, it does. But obviously, as you grow, you need to delegate. It's just the smart thing to do as an entrepreneur, is pay people to do those things. You don't have to, and they do it better, so that you can spend more time doing what you do best, and that's working with people. So Charlotte is messaging me back. Good. Click that link again. Okay. For those of you who were at Summit, or at least remembered the logos that we had, Charlotte created that. She'd never done shirt logos, but like I wanted us. So I said, "Hey, can you do a shirt logo for Summit?" That was something she knew. She's like, "I've never done that before, but I'll give it a try." And so she did, and they were awesome. Like, I love those. I think she's finding her way back. Hey, there you are.
I've been talking to myself and being like, somebody comment in the chat. I don't know, something's wrong here. Nobody's saying hi to me, or, I'm so sorry, guys. That's so annoying. I'm just getting away.
I was filling the space with some valuable information, so you're good.
Awesome. Okay, so what is the last thing y'all heard? Because I was just going.
You were on the graphic with was it still the cat with the glasses?
Oh, okay. Probably. Should I, if I pull that up in Google Chrome, my Canva presentation, what will it do?
Shouldn't do anything. Just another browser. Just do it in a separate browser. It should be fine. That's
yeah. Kiss your 5 things about you.
Oh, I think people were trying to have engagement.
Tell me where I left off.
Huh? Oh,
Tell me where I left off.
Was she there, Lindsay? I didn't hear that part. Maybe you were. I didn't hear anything like that.
Because that's what I was really digging into. And
okay, good. Well, perfect. Maybe I just.
But maybe I wasn't there yet because I was talking to myself for a while. So.
Good. I remember the cat graphic with the glasses.
Cool. Don't you like that graphic?
Adorable. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's where you left off.
Okay,
You're good. Yeah.
All right. So how do I know if we get disconnected again?
I'll message you. Okay. There we go. Right. We're good.
All right. Sorry, guys.
We're good. They're cool.
I'm glad y'all are cool. This is stressful. Man.
I think they're glad that it's you and not them on the side of a webinar. So
but it's annoying. Come on, give me a chance. Don't jump off just yet. Maybe I'm not going to share this all big.
You're on that black graphic. We missed the black graphic. That's where you were on. Yes. Yeah. Black one right there.
I'm not going to share it to go big. Can y'all read it?
This is good.
All right. because I feel like that screws everything up. So find who you are. 5 to 7 things about you. I don't know how much of this y'all heard or not heard, so I'm going to go over it quickly. Maybe your 5 things are not faith, family, freedom, fitness, fun. You've got to get rid of that. Everybody uses that, and it's no. You might have those things, but those aren't differentiating you. And what is branding? It's differentiating you. So all of us can say we have our faith. All of us can say we have a family. All of us can say we would like freedom in our life. Like, think about it. Find 5 to 7 things that define you, that make you unique, that make you stand out from the crowd, that make you different. And oftentimes those are kind of things that we're a little careful with. We're sheltered with it because we're vulnerable in that area, or we're afraid that others won't understand or will get made fun of. Like, they're not all negative things, but don't be afraid to share those things that make you different and unique and totally you, because that's what people are going to fall in love with and be attracted to. So your 5 to 7 things might be: 1, mom boss; 2, ADHD; 3, lifestyle coach; 4 could be dance mom. You have a daughter in dance class. 5 could be you own a.
Oh, did we lose her again? What's happening? You lost her again. Oh my goodness. How did that happen? Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is happening to her. Who knows? Okay, go ahead, since we're on this topic, and hopefully she'll figure this out real quick. Who knows what your 5 things are? I know I saw some of you popping in some stuff. Does anybody know more, like your whole package, or maybe a little bit more? Yeah, that might work, Jen. Let's try.
Free fonts they're not free, but they're free to y'all, because this group isn't. Where am I going? What am I doing? Hold on. Sorry. All right. So this group is a place where I share fonts, I share stock photos, I share tutorials, and I share branding and marketing advice. And we also do a few other little fun things throughout the week where I help you learn how to make graphics. And like, we did Fix It Friday on Friday, and people posted their graphics, and I went in and commented on what I would change about their graphic. I know that seems like really weird, but I had posted something like earlier in the month that said, like, post your last graphic in your phone below. But then I found myself wanting to give feedback, and I was like, well, what if that feedback isn't welcomed? So, but I know that people want my help to make their graphics better. So we have Fix It Friday now. And a lot of people are engaged in this group. And we have Typography Tuesdays where we share fonts. We have people, like she posted on here, is there an app or tool to hand draw a circle on a picture? Well, yeah, the markup in your iPhone. Just like little tutorials of how to do all things graphics. I do Zooms as well. I think it's an awesome group. The reason I created this group is because, like, here's some stock photos I share. I love these. I want to help the world entrepreneurs. I want to help entrepreneurs create beautiful graphics to promote their business. However, I'm only one person. I can't work with everybody. I just can't. So why not teach them how to do it themselves? And why not get them tapped into their creativity and get their intuition rolling and thinking imaginatively and opening their mind to these things so that they can create them themselves. So many people these days say, I don't have a creative bone in my body. That's a lie. You might not be passionate about creativity. You might not, be passionate. Like, think about when you joined Beachbody. Were you passionate about Beachbody, or were you curious about Beachbody? You were most likely curious, right? So you have to differentiate the two, because that curiosity is what leads to exploring new spaces and covering new grounds. And this is just where opening your mind comes in. I'm all over the place. I hope that you're following me.
We're following.
Okay, cool. So this is Magic Making Mastermind group. This group is $10 a month. However, I share on a weekly basis probably about $70 to $100 worth of assets for y'all to use, including all of the stock photos. And I share good stock photos. I share the stuff that's going to get the attention of other people. And it's also a place where you can go and you can post any graphic you want and be like, hey, what am I doing wrong here? Or how can I do this better? Like, see, these are some stock photos that I've posted. I posted the good times to post on social media, just different little tips like that about how to grow your business online using visual graphics. And yeah, all stock photos for you to use, high quality vector. And Megan, why would you say you like this group so much?
I mean, I don't use it because you do my graphics.
Right.
But I think it's valuable because, I mean, like, if I was in a place where I was doing my own graphics, I'm not paying attention to what's like trending and as far
Right.
as, because, certain fonts trend, certain images,
Right.
certain things tend to be more appealing at certain times. And so, like, knowing that, like, you have an eye for that and you're sharing that stuff and, and you're kind of showing me how to do it, and I don't have to like do a whole bunch of thinking around it like that, at a certain time. And I mean, I still pay for it, even though even though she does my graphics, because I just like to be engaged. And, I like to be engaged so that if one of my coaches were to ask me, I could be like, well, I think I remember Charlotte saying this, but I just like to be engaged with it. But I think it's valuable as a coach. I feel like if there was a time that would have been so valuable to me to be able to pull from those resources to make my own graphics, because I spun my wheels, spending hours. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed how many hours I've spent on graphics. My business would probably be twice the size it is now if I was actually inviting and not like messing around on freaking Word Swag and Photofy, and y'all know because y'all probably do it.
But that's the only choice they have right now.
$10 and spend that time inviting and make double, triple, quadruple, 10 times that.
It's like graphics are really simple. That's a problem we've run into, is people like overcomplicate it and they want to add this and this and this, and they don't know what looks good together, and they're not creative. They're not blah, blah, blah. That's not true.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just lied. You did the Over tutorial, which I randomly ended up on. I had never heard of Over. It's an app, and I randomly watched her video, and I started using it and playing around with it, because I don't just do every single graphic. Like, I have stuff I post daily that I put like text on or something. And so I learned from that. Like, I would never heard of that before. No one else is talking about it in Beachbody.
Over is gold, liquid gold. Like, I design stuff for corporations like Federal Credit Unions and Applebee's. I designed 5 Applebee's ads that are going to be run in the newspaper from Over last night.
Over is pretty crazy. I mean, it's so much better than a lot of stuff that's out there, but it does cost for.
Yeah, it costs for the pro version, which is what you would want. But this is why you want to join my magic making group, so you can learn all of these juicy details, because it's members only info. I'm kidding. Over is a great app, and you should definitely explore it. So about your creativity really quick, I wanted to talk with you about what you produce or create or make isn't always sacred. Like, you spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, maybe 8 hours making a cover photo for yourself. You think that it's sacred, right? Like, I put so much time into this, and it might not be good, but I'm going to keep it because this is special to me. Well, it's not always sacred as you think it is. What is sacred is the time you've put into it. And that time hasn't gone to waste, because the time that you've spent on a project is really what is expanding your imagination. It's allowing you to explore those new grounds. And no, you shouldn't be spending that time on graphics, but if you don't have a choice but to, then just own it and enjoy it. And be joyous in that pursuit of that rabbit hole of creativity that could lead you absolutely nowhere, or it could lead you to a great place, and you end up, you know, your cover photo might not end up good, but you might figure out all of these other colors and fonts that you love, and you found free downloads or something. So that time is what is the sacred part. The time you spend making graphics is where you expand your imagination. And what that expanded imagination does is it transforms your life. If you think about it, whenever you ask a kid to do something, they never tell you no, they can't. They never tell you, no, I don't think I can do that. They go for it with everything they've got, and they'll figure it out. They haven't been told that they aren't capable. And that's what we have to remember. We're all capable, and we just have to find that awe-inspired, childlike imagination back. That's really where it's at. And that happens, you can find creativity by all sorts of things. You just have to open your mind to it. Like I watch cartoons. I watch, what is that? Fairly Odd Parents last Saturday morning. And I literally got inspiration to do these like crazy graphics on some of these ads I'm doing right now from the credits on the Fairly Odd Parents. And I don't watch cartoons. Like I don't watch TV. Actually, turn your TV off. If you're watching TV all the time, then you're not inviting and making graphics and doing your business. Turn your TV off and you'll see some growth in your business. But it was Saturday morning, whatever. But you have to open your mind to those things. Be open to it. Be open to the child inside of you. Don't be so serious all the time, and just let loose and let yourself explore. Let your mind wander. Imagine the impossible things. Because if you can do that, and you can let that magic come down through you, that's why I call it the Magic Making Mastermind Group, because magic has literally happened on calls with my clients. Like just these light bulb moments that is like, oh my gosh, it can't get any better than this. And I didn't know how to explain that moment, but that moment that's not me. That's above working through me. So you have to allow that magic to come through you and just trust it and go for it. Follow the path and stay true to who you are. And who cares if it's weird, because it's going to be wonderful at the same time. So level up, do the work.
Any questions that for Charlotte? I mean, she's, you know, an expert in an area that I think probably a lot of us feel really ill-equipped.
I can share my phone if you wanted me to do some things like I do in the group. Y'all just tell me what y'all are wanting to ask, because that's pretty much the end of my presentation I want to give. But now we can do whatever y'all want.
Yeah, feel free to ask your questions. You know, that activity that she did with the taking the days of the week and writing down the numbers 1 through 10 on our call, I really dug in to like really expanding what my Monday could look like. So, you know, when I spent time with her, like it was a lot more intense and in depth and like really 3 hours. Yeah. But you know, obviously, you know, you can still do something like that. Like she just mentioned, you can really set yourself up for weeks and weeks of content by just putting that practice into place pretty simply. And you can, and then to make sure, and you know that you're covering all your bases about who you are. Because I think here's what happens is we take for granted who we are. We just don't think it's that special. We just kind of like, well, doesn't everybody know that I am plant-based? No, they may not. So I've said it once or twice, or no, I have to communicate. Doesn't everybody know that I mentioned that I have ADHD? Well, no, I mean, the more that I mention it, the more people are going to realize it. You have to be the more consistent you are sharing that, the better, so that you attract the right people. And we are not intentional. I know I wasn't being intentional, so I really was looking forward to her helping me like plan this out. So, you know, using that system will really help you to feel like you're at peace with, you know, sharing who you are and what the value that you want to provide to people. And, you know, what she says is, who cares if it's weird? The weirder you are, the better, because you're going to find the other weird people like you. that's who you want to. You don't want people that are coming into your groups and your team that you feel guarded around, that you feel like you have to kind of not be a certain way because they're not going to get it. So the more you put out like your quirks and flaws and things that might rub other people the wrong way, I mean, it's just, you know, I can sit here and laugh about my quirky, weird faces. Like, y'all joke on my faces, y'all take screenshots, my face is all, but like, because at this point, like, I can laugh at it and I can do my video. I'll do awful videos or photos on Facebook and actually make fun of my own face because it's really not that cute sometimes, you know, like but I know that the right people are going to like laugh with me, and I'd rather not feel guarded and like I have to be poised and like super cute or whatever. So think about your weirdness, and you want to be around equally weird people.
Yeah. And I don't like I hate that saying, let your freak flag fly. Like, I don't know. That's just rubbed me the wrong way. I hate that saying, but do it, because there's other people out there that are just like you. And they're awkward, but awesome at the same time. And it's those people that you're just going to click with. And then you find your tribe. And then you have a team of thousands of coaches called Team Phoenix. And it's all full of amazing people. So put yourself out there. That's all you have to do. Don't be embarrassed or shy or afraid that somebody's going to judge you for who you are. They are, but that's not who you're putting it out there for. You're putting it out there for the people that aren't going to judge you and are going to become followers of you.
We have time for one more question. I'll see if Sharlotte can answer this for Lindsay. So we'll have time for another one if someone wants to drop a question in the chat box. Lindsay asks, do you share it on your business page and share it to your personal page, or start on your personal until you build a following?
No, you should be sharing it on both. And you can mix up your days of the week if you want. Like, you can, like, for your personal page, you can have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just like flip them, or like, what's it called? Shuffle them up for your business page, just so they're not on the same days, but you're still posting the same content.
Yeah. For the people of you who are newer to coaching and you don't have 2 pages, don't worry about it yet. It's totally cool. That's later.
My thought is build your personal page, because your business page, you have to do ads to build it. So
it's kind of annoying. Anybody have anything else? Because we got to this has kind of been a longer call, but I want to make sure that if anybody has any questions while Charlotte's here, or just, click that link in the chat box and join her master making group and magic making group. And she can answer there.
All of the graphic stuff you need in there. And I was going to figure out how to do a promotion so that y'all can have like a week free in there. That's what I wanted to figure out how to do. So you can click there, and if you for sure want to be a part of it, go ahead. Or if you're wanting a week free, like a free trial type thing, I will get Megan a link that she can share in her team page maybe. So you can have a free trial week, see if you like it or not. And after that week, if you don't cancel, then it will start charging you $10 a month. So,
and even if, you could cancel anytime anyway. So if it's the worst thing that could happen if you tried $10 and you weren't using it effectively, it's still an option. Just like we tell people with Shakeology, don't buy that stupid sample pack. You have to pay that stupid shipping. Just buy that bag of Shakeology. It's a money back guarantee. Okay. Well, I think we're good since we don't have any more questions. But thank you so much, Sharlotte, for sharing with us tonight. It was really
Thank you for hanging in there with me. I'm so sorry.
All good. We're totally cool here. All right, everyone, have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.